Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis. We're so excited today, coming to you live from the Watts Jefferson Healthcare Center here in Los Angeles. And I'm with my lovely co-host, Kathleen Bradley.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. We're so happy to be here today and have this wonderful opportunity for the Jefferson Health Center community, Watts community as well. And it encompasses a large community here in South Los Angeles. And it's just a pleasure. I don't live too terribly far from here.
Right.
And I'm so happy to know that this is here and available. And the tour of the whole facility has just been phenomenal.
Amazing. They've opened the doors to us and certainly to the community. So we're so delighted. We want you to at least just come by, take a look. We need to be more empowered to take charge of our health. And so we want to come to you and actually literally show you behind the scenes sort of what it's like. And a few people and friends are willing to come by and talk to us, including Miss Marie Lemelle.
Yeah, my girl. I know Marie.
It's doctor now.
Sure.
Oh, doctor. Yes.
Yes. Kind of spill the beans a little bit there. We met at the BET Awards last year, and it's just been a pleasure and a friendship ever since. Managing publicity and then your foundation. I'm going to get into that a bit about the work that you all are doing. And then this most recent doctorate. Just talk to us about what inspired you to go back and to get this done, because you've always been a proponent of education.
You know, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me. It's good to see you again. Always great to see Miss Kathleen. She's been in a couple of films that I've produced and cast, and she's phenomenal, still phenomenal. I have to say that for me, education is just a lifelong journey, you know, not just in the classroom, but just life itself. So I had the opportunity and doctorate in humanities, which was perfect for me because I'm all about, you know, the give back and being just open to making sure people have a better way of life.
Sure. Yes. Tell us a little bit just about, we want to hear your autobiography about growing up, where you're from, and things that inspired you coming up as a child to really bring you into the realm of the wonderful woman that you are today.
Oh, well, that's nicely started. I like that. Okay, I should just stop there. Well, I am a native of Los Angeles, California. My parents are from Louisiana. They settled here. So I grew up down the street from here, literally. And from there, just, you know, continued in different parts of Southern California. I think what helped shape me is the different opportunities that I had. And that was traveling. You know, right out of high school, you know, I went to Europe. I went to Africa. I was involved with so many opportunities that were just amazing. I traveled with an independent record label. And I started to learn PR just because I know how to talk. I know how to write. I know how to just make someone raise their awareness about them. And people saw that in me and allowed that to be a part of who I became now as a publicist, but just beyond that too. But one of my biggest, I guess, arenas was the boxing world,
Right.
you know, and I traveled with the boxing team that was out of San Diego called Mongoose Boxing. And the chairman was Archie Mongoose Moore, who was retired at the time, but he's the one that brought the comeback with George Foreman.
That Archie Moore, the Archie Moore. I
Archie
didn't hear that
Moore.
Mongoose middle name first, but I've always heard of Archie Moore.
Yeah, he was fabulous. So
Yes.
when I met him, of course, he had retired, but no one's going to break his record of 135 or so knockouts in a career. This is just not going to happen in anyone's lifetime right now.
Well, my dad loved him. I have to say that. That's how I knew that name. My father was such an avid boxing. When I was even growing up, watching it, we had to watch. It's like, I don't want to see those two people getting hit, knock their heads, boxing and all that vile.
But it's big in our community.
Oh, I know it is big. It's big all over. But as a young kid growing up, we didn't think so.
Yeah.
But his name is just wonderful. For you to have had worked with him and that level isn't phenomenal.
My mentor, she's gone now, Dr. Marilyn Duro, wrote his autobiography with him. And I got to, you know, be around them and learn that process. And that's what led me to writing books myself. But we traveled to all parts of Europe and whatnot, where he was very well received. And it was promoting his book and it, you know, about his life story.
Absolutely. And speaking of books, if I'm not mistaken, you have one that you're working on, and it's called I Am Not My Illness.
Personal stories of inspiration and hope.
I am not my illness. Let's say that.
So-
I am not. No way.
Right? No.
I am not my illness. That is not to be taken lightly.
That's correct.
If everybody really, think about that. And for
Yeah.
you to have come up with that, I'm sure we're going to know and why you did it. I am
Right.
really thinking about that, and people will be able to kind of relate, because so many people manifest things and
Yeah.
illnesses out there that they might even come in contact with a little cold or something, and they say, I got a cold. Yeah, you got a cold
them
because you
down.
think you got a cold, right?
Right.
But not your illness.
Right.
That's a
Right.
marvelous
Yeah.
title. Please now tell us how
Well,
you came about writing that.
I have to say this, that I feel that people are so much more than what they might have or what they're dealing with. And I had the opportunity to, for 6 years, write a column called Health Matters for the Los Angeles Wave newspaper.
Yeah.
And from there, I met so many people. It was a weekly column. So, of course, that meant a lot of people throughout 6 years that I've talked to about what they've gone through. And I decided to take some of those stories and add new stories and talk about how they discovered when they, what they had, how they coped, how they found resources to help them, and how it can help other people. Because when you hear about other people's story, then it makes it a little easier to realize I'm not alone,
Motivation.
but I'm not also that illness. So we don't want to walk around with that badge saying, I have cancer, or any other illness. Or I've talked to people who've had a face transplant,
Wow.
kidney transplant, heart transplant. It's been phenomenal. And I really think it's going to help other people realize that you're still that unique person that was just as happy-go-lucky till, yes, you found out something is wrong.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you should shut down or that's all you are now. No, you're still that wonderful person. And
Sure.
that faith
Yep.
and that realization, that community that you can create from that is so important.
I know people who avoid the doctors like a plague because
And our
they
healthcare centers.
think that something is wrong with them. They don't know it, and they don't want to know.
Right.
And that is not the right thing to think about it and not to do. You need to go. You need to get your blood test. You need to have your blood pressure and send out all those things to find
Every
out
year.
what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least I know somebody very close to me
We'll go on
that
that.
won't go to the doctor. I'm getting a divorce.
No fingers being pointed.
No, I'm not pointing no fingers, Mr. Red. But did I say that? But it's important
It's
for
very
people
important.
to go to the doctor
Yeah.
and have your routine checkup. It's
Yeah.
okay to find out things about your health
Right.
and then be able to treat it. But as we know, the pharmaceutical companies, they are really poisoning people. We can say that because it is
Yes.
the truth. And there's so many other wonderful, good health, natural things you can do for your life to make a
Yes.
change.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Well, we're always hoping that people do that, right? Eat healthier, eat smarter,
Yes.
eat more
Holistic.
natural.
There's a lot of holistic opportunities in methods. Well, I do talk about that as well because some people have had to, find a different way because something wasn't working. Everybody's so unique and different.
Mhm.
What works for some person may not work for others. You being in the sports medicine, you know that.
Right.
Everybody just thinks, I just go in, get a brace and I'm
Right,
good. I
right,
could be back on the tennis court or the
Right.
football field, the basketball field. Well,
Right. Gotta go to the gym.
yeah.
Yeah, you can bandage it. You put a Band-Aid on it. Like these people are going to go get somebody right now. That's in trouble. They didn't take their blood pressure medicine. But
So that's why we need them to come to Watch Healthcare
come
Center.
on now.
That's why we're
Absolutely.
one, come on.
And that's
Yeah.
why this healthcare center is so vitally important. You guys
Yes.
out there, don't be afraid. Women, men are mostly
Yes.
notoriously the people that won't go to a healthcare center or
Right.
find out about their health, but it's so essential and
Yeah.
it has to be done one
Right.
way or the other. And I was just looking online on the internet, and it's Muslim brother, he was talking about health and how our fruit and vegetables are color-coded
Right.
according to our bodies.
Yeah.
God, Lord Jesus, made that possible for everybody. When you grow things, the greens, the orange, the reds, the yellows,
Yep. all-
everything has a part, like for your kidney, and
That's
it's
right.
all essential. There's a reason for that. People
Yes.
don't think about it, but it is, and it's essential.
We're
and you
not
can
taught
do
that in
it.
school. We're not taught that. We're not given that
Right.
information.
Right.
But you have to look at my family grew up on farms. So going back home or going back to their home, with my grandparents, but we had a lot of organic food. My father always grew vegetables and fruits in our backyard. Wherever we lived, whatever home that we had, there were trees, there were gardens. So I grew up that way. And believe me, it makes a difference in your life.
No, absolutely. And you can see it, because I'm going to say for the guys that are out there that you all look amazing. And I love these colors that are going on.
Oh, the lighting is just great here.
Right. We won't give the lighting too much credit. That green is on point. I want to make sure we talk about your foundation, and you've got a big event coming up, giving a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award to a lot of household names, Yo-Yo and Snoop and Karen Civil. So talk to us about the purpose of the foundation and your event that's coming up.
Well, I rebranded it to Angel City Salute.
Okay.
And the reason for that was because I am a native of Los Angeles.
Right.
LA is sort of the you say role model for so many other cities of how we do things, especially in the entertainment industry, sports industry, influencers. So I wanted to be sure that I recognize those that are giving back to this city, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, and what they do just out of the goodness of their heart, and being able to share ways, their skills, their resources, their encouragement, that we have to help each other in this community, one way or the other. We have too many unhoused. We have too many people that don't have access to capital. We don't have enough resources that are shared in the health community. Also, as we know, there's a lot of disparity there. So, I'm recognizing some great people that are doing some great things. Etienne Maurice is all about the mental health and awareness, which is important. Then we have Karen Civil, who's, of course, all about empowerment, and Yo-Yo, who is all about, making sure the hip hop life source is also known. They come from women, and hey, we just celebrated 50 years, and let's here to 50 more. But we have a lot of really outstanding people that are being recognized, and that's June 26th, right before BET Awards. Now, I know you're going to be there. We expect Kathleen to be there as well. It's a wonderful red carpet event, and we are going to be also, a side note, giving out the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for those who volunteered hours of more than 4,000 hours. So there will be about 10 people or so that are getting that, and then the others are getting proclamations and certificates from our wonderful elected officials. So just a lot to, make them know that we see you, we see what you're doing, and we want you to keep doing that and set that great example of how our city can help each other. And that's what's so important.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. You heard it here, Music and Medicine, live from the Jefferson Watts Healthcare Center, and really talking about health with Marie Lemelle, as well as her book that says, I am not my illness. It's just an amazing story that walks through what people have gone through, but not defining themselves by that illness, like you said. So we hope that you'll come out, visit the center, check it out. It's right here and available. And lots of us who look like us and want to help us improve our health and eat healthier are here to really basically uplift our community. Thanks so much for watching.
Right.